Good morning, students. Today we will start with lesson number 2, factors and multiples. So before we start with the chapter, let us understand what are factors and what are multiples. Now what is a factor? The factor of a number are the numbers which divide the given number exactly. Numbers which divide the given number exactly. Now let me explain you this by taking an example. Suppose I want the factors of 18. So what is the given number here? The given number is 18. So all the numbers which divide this 18 exactly, they are the factors of 18. Now look at this. 18, if I divide with 1, I'll start with 1. So 1 18s are 18. So 1 divides 18 exactly. Exactly means without any remainder. So 1 18s are 18s, or 18 ones are 18. So both 1 and 18 divides 18 exactly. Now if I take after 1, if I take 2, 2 9s are 18. So 2 also divides 18 exactly without any remainder. I am not left with any remainder. It means that 2 divides 18 exactly. So 2 9s are 18 and 9 2s are 18. So both these are the factors of 18 because both of them divide 18 exactly. Now if I take after 2, if I take 3 now, 3 6 are 18, right? So without any remainder, no remainder is left. It means 3 also divides 18 exactly. So 3 6 are 18, or 6 3s are 18. So both these divide 18 exactly. Now let me take now 4. 4 4s are 16, and I'm left with the remainder 2. So is this 4 dividing this 8 exactly? No, because I'm left with the remainder. So it means that 4 is not the factor of 18. Now let me take 5. So 5 3s is 15. Again I'm left with the remainder 3. So does this 5 divides 18 exactly? No, because I'm left with a remainder. So it means that 5 is not factor of 18 because it does not divide 18 exactly. So from this what I can understand is, so what are the factors of 18? So the numbers which divide 18 exactly, like 1 and 18. I said 1 18s are 18 and 18 ones are is 18. Then 2 also divides exactly this 18. So 2 9s are 18, or 9 2s are 18. Then 3 6 are 18. So 3 6 are 18, or 6 3s are 18. Now 4 and 5 does not divide this exactly. Now after that 5 comes 6, but already I have 6 over here. 6 3s are 18, I said. So it means these numbers which divide 18 exactly, these are the factors of 18. So what are the factors of 18? 1 2 3, then 6 9 and 18. So all these numbers divide 18 exactly. So all these are factors of 18, and from this you can understand that 1 is the smallest factor of any number, and the number itself is the largest factor of any number, and all the other factors lie between this 1 and 18. So 1 is the smallest factor and 18 is the largest factor of any number. Means the number itself is the largest factor of any number, and all the other factors lie between these, the smallest and the largest factor. So it means that factors of a number are finite. Finite means there is a limit to it, because I have the smallest factor also and largest factor also. So the number of factors of a number is finite. So 1 is the smallest and the number itself is the largest factor. So what are factors? The numbers which divide the given number exactly. Now all the numbers, whatever number you take, all the numbers have at least two factors. So okay, दो फैक्टर्स तो होते ही हैं एक्सेप्ट 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 के अलावा every number has at least two factors, 1 and itself. 1 2s are 2 and 2 1s are 2. At least two factors they have, 1 and 3, the number 1 and the number itself. And 4, what are the factors of 4? 1 and 4 तो है ही है, और कौन सा नंबर इसको डिवाइड करता है? इट इज़ 2. 2 2s are 4, so it has 3 factors. Now number 5, what are the factors of number 5? 1 and 5 itself. So every number has at least two factors, 1 and the number itself. 1 and the number itself. So from this I can understand one more concept, that the numbers which have only two factors, so this 2 can be divisible only by 1 and 2. No other factor it has. 3 can be divisible only by 1 and 3. But 4 has more than 2 factors, because 4 can be divisible by 2 also. Like 5. 5 has only 2 factors, 1 and 5. It cannot be divisible by any other number except 1 and 5. Now let me take 6. I can divide 6 with 1, I can divide 6 with 2, I can divide with 3, I can divide with 6. So apart from 1 and the number itself, it has the factors 2 and 3 also. So can you see, I have two types of numbers, one which has only two factors, 1 and itself, and which has more than two factors. So the numbers which have only two factors, they are called prime numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors, like 2, 3 and 5, 7 and so on. While the numbers which have more than two factors, they are called composite numbers. Which have more than two factors. So the numbers which have more than two factors, they are called composite numbers. So like 4, like 6, 4, 6, 9, okay, then 10. So all these numbers are composite numbers because they have more than two factors, while the numbers which have only two factors, they are prime numbers. Then I told you about 0 and 1. 0 and 1 are neither prime nor composite because they don't have even two factors. I said prime numbers are one which have two factors, लेकिन 1 का factor is only 1. ठीक है ना? So 0 and 1 are neither prime, ना तो ये prime number है and nor it is a composite number. So nor composite number. Now we start from 2, and 2 is the smallest prime number. It's the smallest prime number. Smallest prime number is 2, and 2 is the smallest prime number also, and 2 is the smallest prime and even number also. It is even also. What are even numbers which are multiples of 2? So जो 2 के टेबल पे जाते हैं, now 2 goes on the table of 2 also. 2 1s are 2. So smallest prime and even number, while all other prime numbers are, as you can see, they are odd. So 2 is the only number which is even also and which is prime also. So what are factors? Factors are the numbers which divide the given number exactly. Now we come to the multiples. What are multiples? Multiples of a number are obtained by multiplying. So this multiples only, with this word multiples only, you can think that it has to do something with multiplying. So multiplying the given number with other numbers. So multiples of a number are obtained by multiplying the given number with other numbers. Let me explain you this with the example. Suppose I want the multiples of 7. So which is the given number here? It is 7. So how can I obtain the multiples of 7? By multiplying the given number, which is 7, by other numbers. So if I multiply this 7 with other numbers, suppose I multiply this 7 with 1, 7 ones are 7. So this is the multiple of 7. 7 with any number. 7 threes are 21. So this 21 is a multiple of 7 because I multiplied 7 with other numbers. Other numbers with any number. 7, I multiplied 7 with 3. I got 21. 21 is a multiple of 7. I can multiply 7 with 9. 9 sevens are 63. So this 63 is a multiple of 7. So all this 7, 21, 63 are the multiples of 7. 7, 21, 63, any number. You can multiply it with 2. 7 2s are 14. 7 3s are 21. 7 4s are 28. 7 5s are 35. So when we are writing the table, suppose I am writing the table of 7, it means I am writing the multiples of 7. So 7 4s are 28, 7 5s are 35. So all these are the multiples of 7. So how do we get the multiples of 7? By multiplying this 7 with other numbers. Now from this I can understand that which is the smallest multiple of a number? It is a number itself. So smallest multiple of a number is the number itself. And which is the largest multiple? The largest multiple we cannot find out. It means the multiples of a number are infinite. I can multiply 7 with 1000. I can multiply 7 with 10,000. I can multiply 7 with lakhs, 10 lakhs, millions. So there is no limit to the multiples of a number. The smallest multiple is a number itself, but the largest multiple can be any. It is infinite. We have infinite multiples of a number. Okay, so these are the multiples. So let me take one more example. Suppose I want the multiples of maybe 10 or 9. So what are the multiples of 9? So it means I have to multiply 9 with other numbers, like which is the smallest multiple? It's 9 itself. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36, 9 fives are 45, and so on. So no limit is there to the multiples. Okay, so all these are the multiples of 9. Now we will understand what is the relation between factors and multiples. Okay, now when I say 9 sevens is 63, I said this 63 is a multiple of 9. Right, now this 63 is a multiple of 7 also, because 7 9s are 63 and 9 7s are 63. So this 63 is a multiple of 9 and 7, and these 9 and 7, because they divide 63 exactly. 9 sevens are 63 and 7 9s are 63, because 9 and 7 both divide this 63 exactly. And what did I tell you? The numbers which divide the given number exactly, they are called the factors of 63. So 63 is a multiple of 9 and 7, and 9 and 7 are the factors of 36, because they factors of 63, because they divide this number exactly. So what do you understand? That 9 and 7 are the factors of 63 because they divide 63 exactly, while 63 is a multiple of 9 and 7. So I can say, what is the relationship between them? Can say that a number is said to be this is a multiple of its factors. So this number, a number is a multiple of its factors. So these are the factors of 63, and this 63 is a multiple of 9 and 7. Now let us study about some of the types of numbers. So many of them you already know, like the first is odd and even numbers. So when you are writing the table of 2, like 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6. When you are writing the multiples of 2, 2 fours are 8, 2 fives is 10, and so on. When you are writing the multiples of 2, means when you are writing the table of 2, all these multiples of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, these are called even numbers. These are called even numbers. So the multiples of 2, the numbers which get divided by 2, they are called the even numbers, while all other numbers like 2 से पहले क्या आता है 1, then 2 के बाद 3, then what is है 5, then 6 के बाद 7, 8 के बाद 9, while all these are what? These are odd numbers. So the multiples of 2, all the multiples of 2, which numbers which get divided by 2, they are even numbers, and the rest of the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, they are the odd numbers. Now if you have got a very big number like suppose 3, 3, 9, 5, and if you have another big number 0, so how can you find out whether this is an even or odd number? By we can easily find out whether this is odd or even by looking at the last digit of the number. If the last digit of the number is odd, this 5 is odd, so it means this whole number is odd. And if the last digit of the number is 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, like the multiples of 2, so that number is even. So you have to look only at the last digit of the number. If that is odd, it means the whole number is odd. If that is even, means the whole number is even. Even if it is 0 at the end, it becomes an even number. Suppose it is 4. 4 is what? It's a multiple of 2. It's divisible by 2. So it means this is an even number. So these are odd and even numbers. And prime and composite numbers, I already told you what are prime numbers. All the numbers which have only two factors, like 2 is having only 1 and 2. 3 is having only 1 and 3. 4 is having 1, 4 and 2 also. So the numbers which have only two factors, they are called prime numbers, which are divisible by only 1 and itself. Only 1 and itself, they are called prime numbers. But the numbers which have more than two factors, they are called composite numbers. So as soon as a number has a third factor, like 1 and 6 other factors of 6, but it goes on the table of 2 also, 2 3s are 6. So as soon as you have a third factor, it becomes a composite number. So these are prime and composite numbers. Now co-prime numbers. What are co-prime numbers? Now co-prime numbers are two prime numbers which have common factor only 1, which have common factor only 1. Now let me explain you this with the example. Suppose I have two numbers 9 and 11. Okay, so 9 and 11. So what are the factors of 9? The 9 is divisible by 1 and 9 and also by 3. So 1, 3 and 9 are the factors of 9. Now what are the factors of 11? 11 is a prime number, so it has only two factors, 1 and 11. Now which is a common factor in both of them? 1 only. This only is a common factor, there is no other common factor. So because this has a common factor only 1, so these two are what? These two are co-prime numbers. So what are co-prime numbers? The two numbers which have common factor only 1. Now let me take the example of 12 here. Instead of 9, let me take the example of 12. 9 and 12. So what are the factors of 9? 1, 3 and 9. And what are the factors of 12? 12 goes on the table of 1, 12 goes on the table of 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 12, Then 12 goes on the table of 4 also. 4 3s is 12, and 12 also is a factor of 12. So now when you will see at the common factors, 1 is common. Okay, now this has 3 also common factor. 3 also is a common factor of both of them. So these two are not co-primes. Why? Because they have common factors other than 1 also. 1 तो है लेकिन other than 1 also 3 also is a common factor of both of them. So these two are not co-primes, while 9 and 11 are co-primes because they had common factor only 1, while these two have the common factor 1 and 3 also. So the numbers, two numbers which have common factor only 1, they are called co-prime numbers. Now comes the next one, which are twin primes. Now what are twin primes? Now twin primes are the two prime numbers which have a difference of 2, with difference of 2. I said two prime numbers with difference of 2. Let me give you example like 3 and 5. These are twin primes. Why? Now you can see both are prime numbers because both have only two factors, 1 and 3, 1 and 5, and these are twin primes because their difference is 2. When you will subtract 5 minus 3, what you will get? The difference is 2. Now let me give you one example of 5 and 7. Both are prime numbers, and when you will subtract, you will get a difference of 2. Now what other example you can have? You can have 11 and 13. So 11 and 13 both are prime numbers, and when you will subtract, you will get the difference of 2. One more example like 17 and 19. Both are prime numbers because they have common factor only 1 and 7. They have only two factors, 1 and 17 and 1 and 19. Both are prime numbers also, and when you will subtract 19 and 17, you will get a difference of 2. So all these 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 11 and 13, 17 and 19 are twin prime numbers. Class, now we start with the exercise 2C. In the exercise 2C, they are asking you give the prime factorization of each of the following numbers. Now first of all, I will understand what you mean by prime factorization. So it's a method in which we express a given number as a product of prime factors. As a product means when you multiply, you get the product of prime factors. Now prime, you understand what is prime? What are prime numbers which have only two factors? Which have numbers which have only two factors, they are called prime numbers. And what are factors? Which divide the given number exactly, right? So I have already told you what are factors. Factors are those which divide the given number exactly. And what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors, 1 and itself. So what is prime factorization method? It is to express a given number as a product of prime factors only. Now when I gave you the examples of 18, when I found the factors of 18, these all were the factors of 18. 1 18s are 18, 2 9s are 18, 3 6 are 18. Now in these factors you can see these are prime numbers, 2 and 3 are prime numbers, while 6 9 and 18 are composite numbers. 2 and 3 are the prime factors of 18, 6 9 and 18 are composite factors of 18. But in prime factorization method, I want the factors of 18 which are only prime numbers, I don't want the 6 9 18. I want to express this 18 as a product of its prime factors only. So how can you do? Like you can say 2 9s are 18. So 2 is a prime number, but 9 is not a prime number. So 9 again you can write as 3 3s are 9. This is a composite number. I can again break this down into factors. Prime numbers, 3 3s are 9 and 2 already I have. Now these three numbers, if you will multiply, 3 3s are 9 and 9 2s are 18. So 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. Now these three are after multiplying them, I get 18, and as you can see, each of this number is a prime factor of this 18. These are prime numbers. These are prime numbers also. These are factors also of 18, and when you will multiply them, you will get 18. So I have written 18 as a product of its prime factors. So all these numbers are prime numbers as well as factors of 18, and when I multiply them, you get 18. So what are the prime factors of 18? It's 2 into 3 into 3. So now I'll start with the exercise 2C, and in this A part, in the first part, they have asked you to find the factors of 12. Now how can I find the factors of 12? Only prime factorizations. So prime factorization means, now in this what you will do is, you will make a box like this and keep 12 inside, and I will start dividing this with only the prime numbers. So which are the prime numbers? The smallest prime number is 2, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 11, and so on, right? So I will start dividing this with the smallest prime number. So can you divide 12 on 2? Yes. So 2 6 12. Now this 6 I will divide again with the smallest prime number 2, because I can divide 6 by 2. 2 3s are 6. Now 3 I can divide only with 3. So 3 1s are 3. So you have to keep on dividing them till you get 1 at the end. And these factors which you have used, these prime numbers which you have used, these are the prime factors of 12. 2 into 2 into 3. So I have written 12 as a product of its prime factors, like 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. So I have written 12 as a product of its prime. Now let me take one more example of this third part, 48. Now I have to divide this 48 with the prime numbers only. So I'll start with the smallest prime number 2. So is this 48 divisible by 2? Yes, because I know that the even numbers are divisible by 2. So 2 2s are 4 and 2 4s are 8. Now 24 again on the table. On 2 can I divide? Yes. 2 12s are 24, and 12 again I can divide on 2. 2 6 are 12, and 6 again on the table of 2. 2 3s are 6. Now 3 I cannot divide with 2, and 3 I can divide with 3 only. 3 1s are 3. So you have to continue this till you get 1 at the end. So now what are the prime factors of 48? All these numbers are the prime factors of 48. So 2 I have written 4 times into 3. So you can see that these 48 I have written as a product of its prime factors. So these are all prime factors of 48, and when you will multiply, when you will take their products, 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 2s are 24, 24 2s is 48. So 48 I have written as the product of its prime factors. Now this can you see this 2 is repeated 4 times? So you can also write this in the exponential form. This is called exponential form. This you will study later on. What it means is that you can write the numbers as the as a power, like this 4 is repeated, this 2 is repeated 4 times. So you can write 2 power 4, means 2 is repeated 4 times. Okay, and multiply by 3 is repeated 1 time only. So you can write 1 also, and without power also it means it is 1. So this is called writing the number in the exponential form. So 2 power 4 multiply by 3. Now let me take one more example. I'll take the number 56. So 56. So I'll start with the smallest prime number 2. So can I divide this with 2? Yes, because this is an even number. So 2 2s are 4, and this becomes 16. 2 8s are 16. So if you cannot divide know how where it goes on the table of 2, so you can also divide and find out. 2 2s are 4 and 2 8s are 16. So it means 2 28s is 56. Now again 228 I can divide with 2 because this is an even number. So 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8. Now 14 again I can divide with 2, 2 7s are 14. Now 7 is a prime number which can be divisible only by itself. So 7 1s are 7. So you have to continue this till you get 1 at the end. So what are the factors of 56? So the prime factors of 56 are 2 into 2 into 2 into 7. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and 8 7s is 56. So I have written 56 as a product of its prime factors. And if you want to write it in the exponential form, how you will write? Now 2 is repeated how many times? 3 times. So it has the power 3. 2 power 3 multiplied by 7. Okay, now let me take one more example. Let me take the one more number, that is 252. Okay, so 252. So I'll start with the smallest prime number 2. So you can divide and see where it is divisible. 2 1s are 2, 5, 2 2s are 4, and 2 6 is 12. Okay, so 2 126 is 252. Now I have to find 2 126 on the table of 2. It will go on the table of 2. It can be divisible by 2 because it is an even number. So 2 6 are 12 and 2 3s is 6. Okay, so 2 63s is 126. Now 63, now I cannot divide 63 with 2 because it is an odd number. Like 3 is there at the end, so this becomes an odd number, so it's not a multiple of 2. I cannot divide this with 2. Now which is the next prime number? It's 3. Is this divisible by 3? Do you know the divisibility test of 3? You must have learned the previous year. 63, what do? You add the digits. 6 plus 3 is 9, so 9 is divisible by 3. It means this number will be divisible by 3. Yes, so if you want to know where it is divisible by 3, so 3 2s are 6 and 3 1s are 3. So it means 3 21s is 63. Now 21 again I can divide with 3. 3 7s is 21. Now this 7 is divisible only by itself. 7 1s are 7 because this is a prime number. So we stop here because I got a 1. So what are the factors of 252? All these prime numbers which have used to divide it, 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7. So all these are prime factors of 252. So 252 I have written as a product of its prime factors. So when we will multiply them, you will get 252. And how can I write it in the exponential form? Like 2 is repeated 2 times, so it has the power 2. Multiply by 3 is repeated 2 times, so 3 power 2 into 7. So this is how we write.